What is going on today, guys? Today is May the 23rd. Happy Monday. And what a great start to the week it was. Or should I say, like, it was, during the day. I mean, we had a nice move to the upside. We did see a lot of green in the market. There was a lot of uptrends market wide. However, heading into close, as you guys can see, market has taken a downturn. Nothing too significant, but heading into the red after close. Looking at oil still hanging around those 110 areas. Looks like it's going to take a next leg up. I did see some articles regarding supply concerns and whatnot, so keep an eye on your oil plays because those can run very quick. Bitcoin, very solid day today. It was up over 30 grand. I mean, there really wasn't much to worry about, and then bam, just took a quick $1,000 downturn. Now at the 29,000 level again. There's a lot of mixed opinions out there on the levels of where Bitcoin's going to head. Personally, I'm long regardless of what happens. I have my two holdings, and I'll mention those towards the end of the video. But overall, Bitcoin, I'm still very bullish on it. I don't see it going anywhere. Do I see a more significant drop possible? Of course. There's a lot of talk about that $22,000 level as the next like legitimate floor. I believe it's 25,000, then it goes down to 22,000, and that's where the whales will buy up again. But honestly, who knows, guys? I mean, there's been recession worries. There's been this monkeypox crap. There's been all types of things going on in market wide. So at the end of the day, look, Bitcoin price greets Wall Street open and amid signs market calling for a rally. Yeah, see, it's just there was a lot of talk regarding a rally and this and that, and look at what happens to Bitcoin. I mean, obviously, dragged right down by the whales or whoever is dictating this price action. It's obviously a big buyer or whatever. So taking a look at natural gas, yeah, what a move to the upside this was, and I'm very grateful I sold last week and took my profit because it uptrended extremely high today. Not extremely high, but it did take a significant turn to the upside today. So realistically, it could continue easily. Just taking into consideration everything going on, and supply issues, it could 100% go higher. But my whole outlook on cold has not changed. That has stayed the same. It's still in that accumulation range, and we are gonna get that reverse split in, I believe it's 3 days on the 26th. You get every share, every 4 shares you have, you're gonna have one share. So essentially, 1,000 shares will turn into 250, and if it's at $6, you'll have 250 shares at $24. So nothing changes in terms of the value of your shares. It's a matter of understanding like what that price action is going to be when that split occurs. So keep an eye on that. If you're holding, I still think it's a great hold and continue to just buy more. I mean, obviously that's easy to say, but I'm just looking at the facts. Natural gas is way inflated at the moment. So demand tapers off. We get some relief on that end. We'll see a nice significant drop in natural gas, sending coal to nice levels. So keep an eye on those guys. Let's dive on into it. Make sure you're following me, stocktwits, at the Deepster7. Trying to post for you guys as much as I can. Today was a pretty slow day. Just have my basically my one holding. Not necessarily bag holding because I have a lot of expectations for this one, and I'll explain in further detail when I get to it. Now let's just jump into the SPY just to get a visual on exactly how today's price action went. As you guys can see, market open was right here. Bang, bam to the upside. Now, yeah, I mean, guys, what a smooth sailing day, right? I mean, overall smooth sailing day. The price action of the SPY is pretty solid. Into the 390s and holding that level now in aftermarkets at 393, but still in that solid 390s range. But guys, I mean, as smooth sailing as things look, right? Like as a nice smooth day as this was, it can continue to the downside even more. So I mean, realistically, there has to be a point where a bottom is sort of established and we get another move to the upside, but it's just so hard to determine that considering how shaky things have been. So key levels to look at are the 380. 380 level gets broken. I mean, the floor opens up. Who knows where it's going to head at that point. So 380 is a mental level to keep note of. And then, I obviously want to see this retest 400 head north of that. With any type of solid news in the market, we definitely want to see a 400 break and maintain that level. So, um, let's uh let's see that happen in the next coming days. I'm really still maintaining a bullish sentiment on the market. So, it's 380 for that support, and then 400 for that resistance. So let's keep an eye on those guys. Let's talk about KOLD first. Hopping on into KOLD, guys. Like I said, natural gas uptrended pretty significantly today, and it sent KOLD obviously down, 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 big time. So, um, again, guys, I'm still my sentiment here has not changed. I'm still very bullish on this short for natural gas. I'm still very bullish on it. Obviously, like I said, I took profit last week, and I'm sitting on the sidelines till I am for sure of re-entering. But if you're long term, like, see, obviously, like, I'm in the swing trade mentality. If you're long term, don't even listen to what I'm saying. I mean, long term wise, it's gonna pay off. I mean, there's just no way that natural gas can stay at the levels that it's at and have any sustainability. So keep an eye on KOLD, guys. I really do see this being a nice winner. It's just a matter of time before natural gas starts tapering off in terms of the demand. Now, like I said, guys, that 1-to-4 stock split. So you're gonna get one share for every 4 shares you have on the 26th. So don't be surprised when that happens if you are a holder or anything like that, or you buy before that date and you wake up and it's like all different. It's just that's what's happening. So it's just to maintain a price that's desired for this ETF. I mean, you see it with the widespread of these pro share ETFs that they do that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for natural gas. So I still have a bearish sentiment in the mid to long term. So keep an eye on that, guys. Jumping on over to Tesla, this is one that I've mentioned that I really do believe it's a really nice accumulation range. Today it made a nice move. I mean, we had that 630, 6. I don't think it touched the 620s. Maybe it did a little bit, but yeah, maybe a little bit into that 620s range and bounced off that pretty nicely today. It closed at 675, but dropping obviously with market weakness heading into close. Now at 660, and I saw that Facebook as well. They have a lawsuit coming onto them. They're down like 10%, I believe it is. Um, so yeah, I mean things could not get worse basically. Facebook, I believe, is in the 170s range right now, or 160s, if I'm not mistaken. Which I mean, I think Facebook's a great long-term buy as well. So it's just a matter of you know taking a look at the chart, taking a look at the market conditions, and really indicating whether or not it's a solid entry time. I mean, sometimes you just have to get your feet wet a little bit, and before full sending a position, or whatever your strategy is, like slowly scaling into a position. But I mean, for me, guys, like long term wise, I still see a lot of these plays that have been beaten down rebounding nicely. Like I've also talked about with Rivian. Rivian went down to like I think it was 18, $17 or whatever it was. Now it's at like 26, $27. I mean, really nice rebounds. DraftKings, another one that rebound nicely that I did take a loss on because I wasn't patient enough, didn't stick to the plan fully. Obviously I'm a human, I'm not perfect, but DraftKings that took a drop to like the nines range. I ended up selling to like 11 because I wanted to just protect my ass, but that was a silly move. It went up to like 14. It's in the high 13s right now, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't want to stray too far away from what we're talking about. Tesla, like I said, guys, one of those names that I'm really bullish on, along with another one in the space is Rivian and Neo. Rivian and Neo, I'm very bullish on those names as well, heading into the long term. So keep those names on watch, guys. A lot of optimism here for sure. Moving on over to Bgxx. Now, this is one of those. I wouldn't necessarily call it a low floater, but it's an IPO that's been getting a lot of attention lately. And I'm only bringing this up because I did watch it. I've been watching it for the past couple days, and earlier today it halted to the downside. And I don't know what happened because realistically, I saw a ton of bids coming in. Like I saw the momentum flow in, and I for some reason just didn't take a position. I don't know, sometimes I get caught in those like deer in headlight moments where I don't execute properly. And guys, I my whole thing was I wanted to buy at $6 and sell at like 10 because I knew that this thing was gonna move back to the upside. Like it's just one of those like intuition moments because I've seen this happen time and time again. Could I have been wrong and it had headed even lower? Of course, but realistically, there was nothing really pointing that direction. So I mean, look where we're at. Aftermarket, $12.60 from a $6 entry, guys. That's 100% in one day. And I mean, I'm not really. I say that I'm kicking myself, but realistically, it's kind of just one of those situations that I just, it's just a matter of not pulling the trigger. Analysis was good. I mean, but the pulling the trigger part is the one that matters the most. It's all about the execution. But Bgxx, this one has clearly shown that it's going to move back to the upside, just like a BWV, Blue Water Vaccines. Same type of gig happened with that. I mean, you get the IPO price, and it goes to those insane like 40, 50, $60 levels, comes back down to these levels, and look at today. It was 100% entry if you bought there and held. I mean, it's just insane stuff, guys. This is very high risk, though, I will say. So maybe that's why there was some hesitancy with me, but I like high risk plays. Um, Obviously, you got to protect yourself if you are going to take a position like this. But I mean, yeah, I mean, guys, what a miss! What a miss for the day it was. And then, last but not least, moving over to my one holding, ATHX. Right now, post market, aftermarket at 20 cents and some change, high 20 cents. Now, I initially bought at 27 cents. I did see some weakness before market opened. I was in the money. I did consider taking profit and re-entering on a dip because there is still downward pressure, but realistically with this play, it's short sale restricted. There's no shorts available. So obviously there's some heavy manipulation that sent it even lower. Now, zooming out on the chart, going back to the early 2010, 2011, 2012 range, I believe it was, 15 cents was the low before bouncing off of that low. So if we're taking like a long-term chart analysis, that was the low of this stock. So keep the 15-cent level in mind. Do I think it's going to hit that? I don't think so personally. I'm not saying that just because I own it, and obviously I don't want to see that happen. I mean, yeah, it plays a part in it, but I'm just being realistic with you guys. I don't think that this will hit 15 cents. If you're a holder of this play, I think this is a great opportunity. That's why I started entering at 27. Now I got my average down to like 24, 25, 24-ish cents, and I will continue to buy more if it were to dip tomorrow. So keep an eye on this play. I'm realistically aiming for 35 plus cents within the next few days once this picks up traction again. Once shorts, whatever shorts, the shorts that were available that were gobbled up, once those do cover, once we see some massive buying pressure come back in, which I personally believe that will happen. Taking a look at earnings, guys, like look on the 6th. Look at this. I mean, that's a massive growth. Look at that, 112% growth in revenue. The earnings was basically spot on to what was estimated. So this is one of those that it's just unfortunate because it is a biotech. So if they get any type of bad news on the product, this a move like this will happen. So condolences to you guys that are holding these averages right now. My whole recommendation would just be to buy more because I do believe that we will head to 35. And once we establish that there is that upward pressure, I see it going to half a dollar, 50 cents, and who knows north of there. So keep an eye on this play, guys. I really do see a rebound coming. Um, yeah, guys, this is my one holding and pretty large position. Going to continue to expand on it tomorrow if there are any dips. Last but not least, VeChain and AMP, my two crypto holdings. These are what I'm holding right now, and I'm holding for the long run. Realistically, today I had nice profit in both, but I didn't secure the profit. I'm very long term on these. I really am. VeChain is one that I have traded in the past before, and that was when it was well over 10 cents. So we're at this 3 cent range here, and long term price target, like I'm thinking within the next 3 to 6 months with Bitcoin strength. Once Bitcoin establishes a nice bottom and we see some nice movement to the upside, VeChain, it's a very solid platform. It's used to it's implemented into supply chains to optimize productivity. I've done quite a bit of research in the past on it, but overall I'm basically just buying up this dip because I know this has the potential to head back to the 10 cent range. So that's really my price target is 10 cents plus. 10 cents being more on the conservative side even. I mean, a 300% move, and that's still conservative in my mind. So I mean, this VeChain has proven that that it can get to those levels. So I'm gonna be patient on that and just hold it. And then another one, AMP. I'm in on it at about I believe it's 1 1/3 cent. And this is one of those that I long-term price target. I do see it heading back to the 5 cent range, just as long as we see Bitcoin strength. And obviously, any internal news on the individual cryptos. I mean, of course, like that's always a want. But at the end of the day, we do need to see Bitcoin. We do need to see strength come back into Bitcoin. And I mean, guys, like I said, a mental note to keep an eye on for Bitcoin in terms of the support levels: 26, 25, 24, obviously, and then 22 seems to be what everyone is talking about. And I mean, who knows if it's going to get to those lows, guys? This market has done some pretty crazy things, and I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be a reality. So, um, my whole recommendation, if you're long term, then it really doesn't, it's easy to say, just sell right now and then buy on the dip. But realistically, I'm just, all hands off. I'm in on these positions. I'm happy where I am in my averages. Now, if it downtrends, it is what it is. My money's tied into this, and I'm more than happy. I mean, I could put stop losses. I mean, probably that's something that can be done. Obviously, if Bitcoin does end up falling further, so and then obviously enter when support is established. But VeChain and AMP, these are the two plays that I'm in on for crypto wise. And last but not least, guys, if you enjoy this content, please do follow my stocktwits, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I do this all for free. I do this all for you guys, and I really hope my analysis can give you some type of insight on the market in general, on these certain plays I talked about. And if there's ever any plays that you want me to talk about specifically, please do comment down below, and I'll get back to you on that, guys. And I really hope you guys had a profitable day today. It was a weird, interesting day, but overall, I mean, another up and down day like we've seen. So market was strong today. Market closed red. So we'll see what happens heading into tomorrow. My one holding ATHX, and then my two crypto holdings. That's really all I have. Um, and again, we talked about the SPY, we talked about KOLD, we talked about Tesla, we talked about Bgxx, an IPO that went absolutely bonkers today, and obviously the last three, my holdings. So uh, without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.